Good morning, everyone, and welcome back to Let's Play Animal Crossing's New Horizons. I'm Nye. Right now in Isle Deckney, it is 9:02 a.m. on Thursday, April 23rd, 2020. Right now, to encourage eco-friendly behavior here on Isle Deckney, we're celebrating Nature Day. May 4th is the final day of the special activities. Now let's get in the eco-friendly spirit, everyone. Now for additional announcements. Nook's Cranny is celebrating its grand reopening today. Word is the shop is a lot bigger now, and they have more products on display than ever before. Anything that makes my shopping trips more exciting is okay by me. And of course, we'll be holding a special ceremony to celebrate the happy news. If you're interested in participating and have the time, please check in with Tom Nook at Resident Services. That's all for now. I hope you all enjoy the loveliest of lovely days. Do apologize. Lately, I've been kind of forgetting to actually upload videos for Animal Crossing. I keep on recording them, and then I actually forget to just upload them at all, so you guys aren't getting them. Whoa! Okay, we got stuff. Okay, first of all, these are stuff we ordered, so this is all makes sense. But I keep on forgetting. So basically, my pattern is that I will record these between I'll record these, but like between work, I'll take a break from work to do this. And then what I usually do is I go and rename the file so I know which day it is, and then I upload it. And sometimes I forget because something else comes up. Work immediately needs my attention, but I keep on forgetting. Good news is it means you guys get 2 on one day instead of just 1, but you get 0 on the previous day, which I know is not ideal. You ever hear that if you raise a flower you plant it yourself, your wish will come true when it blooms? Kinda don't believe that, but try it out on these and let me know what happens. Okay, so we're getting flowers. Cool. I like flowers. Thank you for downloading the update. We'd like to give you a present to show our appreciation. Please remember to keep an eye out for future updates as well. Okay, cool. The update did come down today. We are writing to inform you that we have reduced the interest rate offered to all savings accounts. As an apology for any inconvenience, please enjoy the attached gift. We appreciate your business. Bank of Nook. Well, that kind of sucks, but I'm writing to advise you of some special Nook Miles Plus activities that are available from now until May 4th. All part of our Nature Day event. Yes, I do hope you'll come see me for more details, Okay, we'll go see Nook to look into, Oh, hey. Okay. So plant shrub starts. You know, that's pretty easy. I did say in the overview that that Leaf or Leaf, I'm not 100% sure which one it is here today, so we'll be able to do some stuff with that. Okay, so let's do our usual. Let's deal with our mail first. I'm gonna need more paper lanterns. Unfortunately, we're gonna need some money because now things are open. Red hyacinth bags. So we got a world map and a bell bag rug. Okay. Go ahead and register in KK Aloha because this one's new for us. Not 100% sure how I feel about this. It's not that I don't like it, but there are certain sounds that bother me. I don't know if you guys are the same way. So this is not just a rug. This is... Oh, it is just a rug. Okay, cool. Well, I don't mind leaving that down here. And we'll go ahead and hang that on the wall. So there's our world map. Interesting. So very U.S.-centric view, I'm aware, for those of my viewers. I have, surprisingly, a decent amount of viewers that come from other countries, non-U.S. countries, Europe especially. And, you know, I only ever see in the U.S. maps that are U.S.-centric. So typically, the Western Hemisphere is on the left-hand side, and then, of course, you know, Northern Hemisphere top. I have heard that other hemispheres and other hemispheres, really, do adjust their maps accordingly. This is really the first time I've seen an example of it. Definitely interesting. Also topographical map, too, which is kind of neat. Okay. Yeah, there are a couple of sounds that do bug me. As weird as that sounds. Now, I couldn't name any off the top of my head, so it's not one of those, like, you know, I know these ones bother me, blah, 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 rabble, rabble. But, like, I'll be listening to, you know, a video game or something like that, and there will be specific sounds that just bother me. And it's not one of those things where, you know, it's not like an alarm blaring or, you know, something like that, that you're like, oh, okay, you know, it makes sense that that bothers me. Holy crap, we even have some duplicates in our duplicates. Look at this. You know, it's not like that, unfortunately. I really wish it was, because that would make my life a little bit easier. If it you know, if it was just a situation that, you know, it's an alarm that I can turn off or something like that. But, I really notice this when I'm listening to a video and trying to fall asleep to it, or sometimes I'm not even trying to fall asleep. I will just fall asleep to a video. But there will be occasions where I will fall asleep to some video, and there will be some sound effect in the game that'll wake me back up because it annoys me while I'm sleeping. Or I'll be nodding off, right? I'll be slowly falling asleep, and this sound will come up, and it turns out that sound actually annoys the hell out of me. The only one I can think of off the top of my head, because I'm actively thinking right now to think of an example, is in the game Spelunky. The bounce pads in the ice cavern area. I think these are different colors. So the bounce pads in the ice cavern area are an example of this. The bounce pads actively bug me, sound-wise. I don't know why, but there's just something... I think that's black and brown. But there's just something to that sound that just irks me in the biggest way. And it kind of makes me twitch a little bit whenever I hear it. And the sound of the, let's see, that's a backpack, that's a duplicate. My pockets are full. Oh no. Okay, well, let's head out. The sound of that, I don't know what it's trying to be. The little percussion. For some reason, that kind of gets me. Also, we did get a new jacket. So we got our double. Or maybe it's doublet. I'm not sure. I think I'm going to go with that for now. I kind of like the idea. Okay, well, because our inventory is so very full, we will have to start by going and taking out a look. Actually, before we even go take a look. Oh. Damn, you just love sitting down, Boone. Like, you are just a sitter. This is just a thing that you do. Okay, as I said, we do have... Oh, hello. Okay, we're not spacing that right now. We do have... I'm assuming it's gotta be a pun, right? So it has to be Leaf. Like, I'd always heard it as Leif Erikson, but maybe it's just Leaf. Let's see. Do we have anything in here? No. Hey, look, all these bonus miles. God, I wish it had something to do with miles. I'm going to go ahead and withdraw money. We are, unfortunately, starting to run out of money. Now, naturally, I'll be able to make money later on, but we are coming up on Sunday. It is Thursday. I only have a couple of days to make money again to buy turnips with. What's up, Nook? Come on, dude. We gotta talk. Hi. For a limited time, we're going to have a special Nature Day promotion for Nook Miles Plus members. During the event, we'll be giving out more miles than usual for your eco-friendly island activities. We'll also have a special gift, so do consider participating in the event, won't you? Of course, it's my hope that island residents will be eco-friendly all the time, not just around Nature Day. Hey, I've been planting plenty of trees and flowers. Okay. So first thing we got to talk about, before I should do anything else, I need to talk about infrastructure. And I do need bridges and inclines, and then I do need to demolish something. Demolition? Yep. So we are going to be demolishing very specifically this bridge. I want to demolish a log bridge. Yes, there will of course be a small. Of course, there's a small demolition fee. Let's get rid of it. So we got by tomorrow, and tomorrow we can talk about building the replacement bridge. Okay. Let's hold a ceremony. Yep, I want to take part in a ceremony. Only one I really care about is for Nook's Cranny. We don't need the bridge one. We've seen that one before. So this is going to be kind of new. Which is fine. Wow, there are a lot of people here. And hey, now we know where our bell bag tree is. Now then, I'd like to begin our special ceremony celebrating the grand opening of our fancy new Nook's Cranny. Awesome. Thank you. Thanks to everyone's tireless efforts, Isle Deckney is developing wonderfully, yes. I'd like our Nook's Cranny's representatives, Timmy and Tommy, to say a few words. Timmy, Tommy, if you would. Residents of Isle Deckney, we've remodeled Nook's Cranny into the wonderful shop you see before you. Yep, and we're offering a wider selection of goods than ever before. It's all so we can do a better job of supporting you in this island. Cool. Yes, thank you both. Next, a few words from someone who makes many valuable contributions to this island's development. It's our resident representative, Nye. Anything to add? Good for us. Yes, indeed. Thank you for your heartfelt and encouraging sentiments there, Nye. Everyone, please get ready to join me in bringing the ceremony to a close. And those wishing to take a perimeter photo, of course, get ready to press the button. Hooray! I have so many screenshots I'm never going to look at again. Okay. So we did our ceremony. So, because Nook's Cranny has updated, because it is a larger shop. Also, what's going on over here? Shop remodel notice. We're open for business again. Our remodel gives us more space for more goods. Stop by and check out the updated new shop. Okay. So, hopefully it is larger, which I believe it is, but it'll hold more, and that's the more important thing. Okay, I also want to talk to Isabel, because I'm curious if our island rating went up because we have a better shop. How can you help me? You can talk about island evals. Yep, what's up? We have a 4-star rating. We went up by 1. This is big. We're regular on many folks' list of top 10 places they'd like to visit. Allow me to read an excerpt from the feedback that I gathered. This is a good island, filled with good feet that know the value of a good rug. Visitations are pleasant. Well, thank you, Sahara. Well, there you have it. Compared to the last report, more folks responded positively to our island scenery. Always room for improvement. So, more scenery. Then you could create some pretty... yeah. Okay, so we are 4-star. So that's good to know. So we are very close. If I can hit 5-star, I'm assuming there's a reward for it. I'm betting it's a golden tool. Okay, so I have money. I have stuff to sell. Let's go to the shop, and then we'll come back for Leaf. Because I definitely want to buy some stuff from him. Oh. Oh, no. God damn it. Why are you always doing a thing that I can't talk to you? That's annoying, Boone. I have no inventory space with which to pick up those bells. Silo and wooden chair are the hot items. Well, you can't craft a silo. You have to order that. Ooh, it is larger. Welcome to our newly renovated and expanded shop. I'm so glad you stopped by to visit us on our very first day in action. We hope you'll continue shopping here with us at Nook's Cranny. I mean, it's bigger, but it only contains 1 extra item. Okay, I guess. Sure. What do I need today? First of all, turnip prices, because a couple of my friends have not actually had a chance to offload their turnips, so I would like to give them an opportunity to do so. So I will let them know that we have hit 191 as our minimum. There's a chance it could go higher after in the afternoon, but I will let them come deal with that. I do want to sell, however. What am I offering? I am off. Oh God, you have no idea the monster you have unleashed by asking me that question, young Nook. Stuff. Sold. Give me money. Okay, so we absolutely need a globe. I don't need the coffee grinder. Pretty sure I need a cute chair. So I mean, we get one extra limited supply slot, and that's the only thing this upgrade seems to have come with. A heart door plate. And we also get the blue corner. Okay, so we got all those. Let's go ahead and take a look at the cabinet. Let's see if the cabinet comes with anything new. Oh, we can buy... Okay. Ooh, okay, I have to buy the ghost umbrella. That's required. Let's also make sure to get another thing of medicine, just so I have it. Oh, we now have new flowers. Rose, pansy, rose, windflower, pansy. So we have new flowers. We have more wrapping paper. It looks like beginners, test your DIY skills, wildest dreams, flimsy axe, flimsy shovel, watering can. Timer. That's new. Okay. So that's not... Oh, okay, fine. Fine. Stop talking at me. So that's not new. But these are. I'm wondering if that's actually an upgrade or if that's just the one they sell. Oh, they do have extra... Okay, they have more space also for walls. The blue crown wall is actually kind of nice. Okay. Well, that's kind of interesting. I'll definitely come back here. Okay, so what is... Oh, okay, cool. Pretty simple, but that's a useful thing to have for a lot of folks. We'll definitely come back here later on if I break a tool and see about using one of those tools. So kind of nice. Okay, so we have some more information about how the upgraded shop works, which is cool. I do appreciate that. And there are, okay, I was going to say, don't you dare lose me money from that. Okay, I don't have to cut down any trees because we already talked to her and trees aren't an issue right now. We'll make adjustments kind of as necessary, if necessary, I think. Hey, Pietro. What's up, Mabel? Pietro, I gotta talk to you, buddy. If I wore shoes, I definitely wear shoes like these. Oh, okay. Have we not already had those two fashion dummies on the left? You know the tapestry hanging on the left wall over there? It belonged to our mother. Every time I look at it, I get this warm feeling inside, like when she would hug me. Which tapestry? Oh. Okay. I should probably deal with Nook Miles, huh? So I wonder if the Nature Day activities are going to be permanent activities? If they're just going to exist there? Okay, nothing else there. It's sort of silly since I'm inside the shop all day, but sunny weather helps me work faster. Or maybe it's just that I'm making shorter sleeves. Good question. So it seems like she's given us all of the patterns she's going to give us. Okay, let's see. What do we got? Colorful striped sweater. Kind of like that one. Okay, let's see. Any pants I need? Let's go with this frilly skirt. Oh, we can get some alternate options to the mage's robe. Absolutely have to get the halo, of course. Like, that's just required. Let's pick up some bubblegum. And double ridge glasses. Can't remember if I have those striped socks. Do we have shower sandals? I'm certain we do, right? Okay. Not a ton of stuff today in the shops for us. Definitely no small amount. I'm not saying there's a small amount of stuff. Okay, so we'll have the fishing vest for when CJ's here. He was here yesterday. I didn't take advantage of him. Did not really talk to him at all. For some reason, there's a grape dress here. I guess you can't craft grape, I suppose. So I guess that makes a certain amount of sense. Oh, let's see. Does I already have ladder shades? I'm certain I do, right? Let's grab some boots. But yeah, we'll go ahead and dress like CJ when he's here. Eventually, I'm going to have to actually start doing wand outfits again. I don't actually have any set at the moment. Anything else we need? I think we already have a princess tunic. I mean, obviously, we need the grape dress. That's required. And I'm going to go ahead and buy a white mage's robe to go with the black one we already have. We already have the pompadour wig. Yeah, I already have the pilot shades. I don't need another stash and glasses. I mean, need is, you know, a little bit different, but... Speaking of needs, I'm a little bit curious. Is Maslow's hierarchy of needs no longer an important thing in psychology? Those of you out there who are... I need to go talk to Pietro. Those of you who are psychology and therapists can let me know. I could ask my sister, but she's not available right now, and I would like to know. What's up, Pietro? I have a thing for you. Yes, for you. I really wish I had the... I need to get the funny glasses for Pietro, but they're at home, which makes it impossible to give to him right now. Here, Pietro, have some rimmed glasses. That is your... Yeah, if your eyes are deceiving you, you need the rimmed glasses. Hey, nice. Really not bad at all. Dare I say good? Okay, so Pietro got a gift today. Okay, let's go talk to Leif. But is Maslow's hierarchy of needs not a thing? I was talking to... I think I talked about this a little bit on the day it actually happened. But I was talking to a friend, and we were talking about... consumer electronics upgrades. And this friend of mine is a big person, not like, I don't know about famous, but he's a big person in the tech community, as in he's a big tech guy. He does tech work. So consumer electronics are a big deal to him. By consumer electronics, if you're not, aware of what I mean stuff like your cell phone, your Game Boy, your personal computer. Electronics that a consumer buys, as opposed to a corporation, something like that. Or as opposed to, I guess, pieces of a thing. So not necessarily the, screen in your car, for example. But we were talking about it, and he was talking about how it's, ridiculous for a company like Samsung or Apple to release a new phone every year and for prices to go ever higher and higher. And it wasn't necessarily that he was talking about it's ridiculous for them to do it. His opinion that it was ridiculous for consumers to actually buy them. Which is an interesting point, to say the least. Because we then proceeded to have a conversation, an argument, really, about what the consumer should be expected to do. Because what I told him is that it's all well and good for someone like me or someone like him, two people who are very techy. We are both in tech-based jobs. We both are people that follow technological trends. Him more so than me. But we both have a decent understanding of the technology in question. So it's very different for he or I to look at the newest phone offering from these companies And it's different for us to make a decision and a judgment call on whether or not that's worth money than it is for your standard consumer. Because your standard consumer, they don't know, right? You know, they don't know the difference between 2 teraflops and 5 teraflops. Like, I remember when the Xbox One X and the PS4 were coming out, I remember that teraflops was a buzzword at the time. Talking about, if I remember correctly, see, I don't even remember off the top of my head exactly what the term means, but I think it was computing power. These were buzzwords, right? These were just, hey, these are technological words that you should know. And I was even seeing an article earlier this month that was talking about the Xbox. I don't even remember what the new Xbox is called, to be honest with you. The Project Scarlet, the new Xbox, versus the PS5. And it was talking about how the reveals for those are all about, you know, dimensions, and they're all about, you know, form factor and power in all of these numbers. But when the Switch was announced, it was, hey, it has 2 detachable joysticks and it can go with you everywhere. Like, it's a very different thing. And when you look at the average consumer, so again, I'm not necessarily talking about you guys. There's a reasonable chance that because you guys are watching me, you're on YouTube, you're watching a video game, there's a reasonable chance that you are somewhat tech savvy. But not everybody is. You know, there's a fair amount of people out there who just do not know anything about technology. So to have those folks, what all do I have in my pockets? Stuff and also things. Okay, let's do this. Because I got stuff to do and I don't want to keep on running back to the house. I'll take this stuff in later and plant it down the line. Also, let's go talk to Chatter. But there's a decent chance that you guys are reasonably tech savvy and you know at least a little bit about technology. So there might be a little bit of knowledge that you guys can pump out. Here, you can have a toga. It is really a toga. Different from your usual style, but you try it and if it looks cute, you know what? You look good in a toga. Okay, so he's gonna give us money. That's fine. But you probably have some idea of what processing power means and what you know, how much memory matters and stuff like that. You probably have a good idea. But your average consumer, you know, your average mom and dad, really, because I'm gonna say it how I learned it, and I learned it as a retail associate. So I'm couching in those terms. But the average mom and dad who are buying a piece of technology for their kids, they don't understand what that means. Like, these are people who, they've got better things to do. They've got other things to understand. They understand economics better than me. I understand technology better than they do. And I'm not saying that as a negative thing. I'm not saying that as a thing of where, you know, I'm smarter than they are, they're smarter than me. It's just we have different focuses. Not everybody knows everything. But the problem is that a lot of these companies, when they talk about their phones, or their new Xbox or PlayStation, things like that, they throw out all these numbers like form factor and, you know, what size it is and how good its screen is in terms of resolution. And the problem is your average consumer has no idea what a good resolution is. They don't care. You know, they don't know. When teraflops were first announced for the Xbox One and PS4, we were coached in store, and I forgot about this because it's been a number of years. We were coached in store about what teraflops actually meant, because customers would actually walk up and go, "Hey, you know, I heard that the new Xbox One X has 7 teraflops or whatever the number was. What does that mean?" Because they didn't understand. All they knew was it was a number. It was a buzzword, pure and simple, and it didn't mean anything to them. But for some reason, big industries like Microsoft or Sony, they think we want to hear those numbers. When what we really want to hear is, will it play our favorite games? Is it backwards compatible? You know, will it take a disc? We care about these things, which, according to this article, Nintendo did right. They showed you what the thing does and how awesome it is. They didn't tell you how much memory it has because you don't give a shit. They didn't tell you, like what its processing power is because we don't care. We care about what it plays. Making a wooden table. I believe I already have that particular DIY recipe, but nope, I don't. Cool. I like DIY recipes. I'm gonna have to catch up soon. Here. But I have a thing for you. This is yours. I know you like your Privet tea, but I think you might like this one ball tea even better. It'll probably look great on you. Yes. You look awesome. Yes. Thank you for getting that out of my inventory. So, the reason I bring this up is that we were talking, he and I, this gentleman and I, about cell phones. And he was talking about how it's ridiculous for consumers to buy a new cell phone each year. And I mentioned that one of the reasons that these consumers buy these cell phones is that the cell phones seem to be better each year. And so part of the argument that we had between the two of us was concerning what the consumer should be expected to know. Because, oh, you're welcome. And the reason I say that is that he was of the opinion that the average consumer should probably know this stuff. And I was of the opinion that you can't expect the average consumer to know this stuff. It's just, he and I are educated on this. We trained on this. We've learned this over the course of years. The average consumer doesn't know. What they know is that the screen's bigger. Do they need a bigger screen? Not necessarily. But they're getting a bigger screen, and bigger seems to be better. Do they need this better camera? Probably not. So the question was, that's right, I already gave Pietro something. The question was needs. And so we were talking about needs in general, and towards the later part of the conversation, I was thinking for a second, I said, well, what about, we're talking about needs. What about Maslow's hierarchy of needs? And he said, what do you mean? And I said, well, food and shelter are, actually I have to go pull up the hierarchy because I haven't looked at it in a month. But food and shelter are, there, right? That's safety. And then you have that's really physiological needs is air, water, food, shelter, and so on. So, you need that stuff. That's the most important stuff on the pyramid. But you also need, you need safety. So that's personal security, employment, and stuff like that. A cell phone does not really count as safety, so we can kind of move on. Next, we have love and belonging, so friendship, intimacy, family, that sort of thing. A cell phone doesn't count as intimacy. That's fine. So far, the cell phone doesn't count as these. But then you get to esteem and self-actualization, which are the top two things on the pyramid. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean top two as in they are the most important two. They're just the top of the pyramid. They're the smallest portions of it, which if I remember correctly, just means they are the potentially least needed things. They're the least important things. You do the bottom ones first. But in terms of your cell phone or your video game console, okay, another tatami bed. I do feel that Maslow's hierarchy of needs really explains the cell phone thing. Because if you really go and look at it, and if you think about it a little bit, part of why you buy a bigger cell phone is because you think that the bigger cell phone is it's a status symbol, right? Having the newest cell phone, having the latest and greatest one, it is fulfilling a psychological need. You are upgrading. You are doing better. That's a self-actualization piece. But also, you're showing it off to your friends, going, hey, look what I have. I have the new, iPhone 10,000. I have the new Samsung Galaxy S1,000,000. These are the brand newest ones. They cost a lot of money. Look how much I can afford. So you get to show it off. It's not, the most necessarily ideal way to fulfill that particular, Darn, it's not gonna let me do that. It's not the most ideal way to fulfill that particular need, absolutely. But it is a way to fulfill one of those needs. So I was actually kind of curious. It's just like, is Maslow's no longer, keep in mind, I learned it in school. That was a good number of years ago. So it's probably not necessarily accurate anymore. We learn a lot about human psychology and how the brain works, things like that. We learn a lot every year. And a lot of the stuff that I learned once upon a time is not necessarily accurate anymore. Because we have learned more about people, we have learned more about humanity and how people think since I last learned this stuff. And ideally, I would be going and learning the updated stuff. I just haven't put any time into doing so yet. But, we are... So, I'm curious if this stuff is still... still valid and accurate. Because it would explain a fair amount of things. Part of the reason I bring this up is that I'm considering upgrading my phone this year. I haven't really made the decision yet. My last cell phone is from 2 years ago, and 2.5 years ago, and it's fully paid off. It's, it works generally fine. The big thing I'm hitting is that my my wireless Bluetooth headphones are occasionally disconnecting. Not a big deal, right? They connect again fairly quickly. And it's usually one side or the other, but I'm reasonably sure it's not the headphones. I've replaced the headphones. I've replaced the headphones a couple of different times, and they always seem to get this issue again. So I'm beginning to think that it's the Bluetooth transmitter in the headphone or in the phone that is what's breaking, not the headphones, which would make perfect sense because unfortunately, while I do have a case on it, and while the phone is visually in immaculate condition, I have dropped the phone a couple of times for various reasons. So there's a chance that something is shaken loose or something is malfunctioning inside. It's also a 2-year-old phone, and we all know that there is, some level of planned obsolescence in the technology that we buy nowadays. So there is a there is a non-zero chance at this point that a part has worn out inside the phone. So I have put some thought, not necessarily serious thought, I'll be honest, but I have put some thought into potentially replacing the phone. And so it's one of those things that I'm sitting here going, well, I have a phone that is working. It does everything I need. I'm not a person that lives on my phone. My phone is always with me. I do use it fairly frequently. But while that is all the case, I'm not always on my phone. I'm not continuously touching and adjusting I'm not always doing stuff. So because of that, my need for an upgraded phone is not incredibly high. This is really just, maybe I want some of the new features, something like that. And then also, I'm being annoyed by this, this tech issue. So we'll see what happens. But I want to be able, I'm maybe not. I want to be able to justify it. That's not really the words that I really want to use here, because those aren't. That's not legitimate. I don't need to justify it to myself. If I want to spend, I'm going to spend it. I'm going to think about it. I'm going to make sure it's a good choice. It's a good usage of my money, and then I'll do it. But it's more of a, I'd like to have a good reason to do it. But also, I'm kind of curious, why is this something I care about, But really, I was thinking about, your door will seem more inviting now. So can you actually put that on your door? That'll be interesting. Because she specifically talks about it being on her door as opposed to anywhere else. It's kind of curious. See, it's not really a justification. I don't have to justify to myself or anyone else, upgrading my cell phone. But it was something that came to mind, and that, I wonder. And that's really it is. It's an I wonder. But I am kind of curious. Like, it is kind of interesting to see some of these psychological theories that crop up from time to time, and say this is how, this is how we explain human behavior. This is how we say this is why this works, this is how this works. And, you know, a lot of them get debunked fairly quickly, or a lot of them, you know, they seem fairly accurate at the time, but we very quickly learned that, you know, this thing did not actually work the way we thought it did. So it's very interesting to hear when this stuff, you know, changes or goes out of date. I'm looking for the recipe in the bottle, in case you were curious what I'm doing right now. I didn't see it on my first pass on the beach. Or did I? Did I already pick it up? I don't think I did. What's up, Broccolo? How's stuff? I said eat it again. I've been trying not to... Okay, cool. We get to give Broccolo something new. Let's time to mix it up. A smarter, cooler version of me? I don't have anything in mind, so I'm just going to do this. Actually, hold on. I got another idea. We're going to do the same thing, but I need a very specific... Let's see. Where is it? I need a tilde. There we go. I like it. Let's go with it. Cool. He doesn't say eat it anymore. My life is a little bit better in this video game. There's not many catchphrases I don't like, but that his was absolutely one of them. I had nothing in particular to give him, so we just went with something very basic. Extremely basic. I must have already picked it up, but I just don't remember it. It's cool. In one side of my head and out the other, apparently. Hey, B. Have I talked to B yet? I can't remember. Let's go talk to B. Yeah, I don't see it. That's fine. I still have to do the pathing on the bridge below the waterfall. I'm not 100% sold on that bridge, I'm not gonna lie, but, we'll leave it there for now. It does interrupt a little bit of the fishing pathway. Sup, B? For you, yes, really. For you, I have a cute chair. I do want to give you a cute chair, yes. I am basically Santa on this island. Let's be honest. Okay. This should be my final fossil here. Okay, we've done most of our island things for the day. We need to go talk to Leaf. I have not forgotten, I promise. I also want to go look at, I also want to go double check, the Nook Miles Redemption. See if that got updated. Because I find it kind of weird, there's those new, like, tools in the shop. I would be a little bit weirded out if there are new tools in the shop, but there weren't recipes for them. Unless they're just equivalents to the tools I already have, which is what they might be. They might just be flat equivalents. In which case, you know, cool, that happens. I really am, you know, you guys hear it a lot, you will hear it a lot, because these are the topics that fascinate me. I'm fascinated with human psychology. I'm just fascinated with how people think. You know, how people make decisions. Because there are people who make really bad, really bad decisions. Like, you know, they do horribly silly and stupid things. And I'm curious, like, where did you come up with this idea? Why did you think this was a good idea? But also the motivations for why people do things, why they make the decisions that they do. It's fascinating. And it has everything to do with the individual. It has everything to do, you know, culture, why society does the way it does. You know, how equilibrium goes back and forth. It's a fascinating thing. I would love, you know, part of me, a decent part of me, would love to take that on as a career. You know, be a psychologist or a therapist. Problem is, I couldn't do it, and I know I couldn't do it. I can't deal with people who are upset or, you know, unhappy. It's not that I don't empathize for them. I absolutely do, and that is the issue. I'm too attached. Yeah, I want to fix the problem too hard, and if I fail to do so, I'm gonna be upset. Okay, so we have one paper lantern. I kind of want to put another one down. I just don't know where to put it. I'm going to go ahead and just put one right here for now. Apparently I put the other paper lantern somewhere. Okay, I take it back. I'm probably going to have them bracing the front or something like that. And that sign can go elsewhere. Because let's face it, that sign's just a goofball sign. I hear a balloon. Like, a good part of me is like, I want to, I want to be a vet. I want to be, ooh, we got a candle. Cool. I want to be a vet. I want to be a doctor and follow in my dad's footsteps. There are a number of different things that I would love to be. I say this, and it's a very childlike statement, but people learn all the time. People change all the time. And, this is one of the things I would love to do. Like, teacher, doctor, vet, therapist. These are kind of things that I had thought about as, as I was growing up, these things I'd love to do. Teaching is probably the one I could still probably do nowadays. But there very much is a dislike in me of pain, suffering. And the problem is that, doctor, vet, therapist, psychologist, all of them have to deal with a fair amount of, of the above. Not in themselves, but in their patients. I'd be very happy to do routine checkups and, to follow up with people and, turn your head and cough sort of thing. But the second you're actually hurting, you're actually in pain, I don't know what I can do for you anymore, because I'm not going to be able to handle you being in pain. It's a fairly, it's a fairly wimpy thing to say, let's be fair. But it very much is the truth. It's just not something I can personally handle. Okay, let's go ahead and donate to Blathers. Good news? Thanks to our hard work and the support of the good folks of Isle Deckney, the museum can now display more specimens than ever before. Thus, you're considering adding fine works of art to this fine institution's repertoire. We should find ourselves in possession of a piece of art. By all means, please do show it to him. Is there a new room for art? I'm assuming it's going to go up there. But okay, good to know. Assess fossils. But that's going to be red with the art. But we haven't seen him show up yet. Probably tomorrow if I had to make a guess. Okay, we actually got a fossil he needs. Cool. We're getting stuff done today. Nothing amazing. We got 2! Parasaur Soul and Diploneck. It's exciting. Okay. I'm excited that we actually got 2 fossils we needed. We assessed some fossils. Man, for activities, the only thing we haven't done yet, we haven't caught some bugs, and we haven't planted shrub starts, and we will be planting shrub starts. You better believe me, I want shrubs. I'm coming, Leaf. I'm coming, Leaf. Don't worry. I'll be there soon. A few more things I have to do. Okay, let's go ahead and redeem Nook Miles. Is there anything new in here? I don't think I have rope fence. Reasonably certain this one's new. Pretty sure it's straw fence, though. Okay, anything new in here? Doesn't appear to be. Well, the bell bag rug is. I think it is, at least. Okay, nothing new in there. Let's look at the Nook shopping. Okay, we got pondering. That's new. Zigzag shirt is new. Two-ball shirt is probably new. Okay, so that's 3. What else do I want to order? Very good question. Let's see. What do we got? Just kind of looking to see if there's anything I want to, you know, put somewhere. I'm glad that we can get the colorful wheel whenever we want. That's important to me. Got a lot of the cute stuff. I'm very tempted to buy another diner counter table, honestly. Giving me the chance to put some more stuff in my kitchen. But I still want, like, other counter stuff. Let's go ahead and get my exercise bike so I can increase my gym. Not really much, huh? I think I'll probably end up doing another paper lantern if I don't see anything in here. Because I like them in terms of like lighting around around the island. Yeah, I'm not really seeing anything I care about. Okay. Or as many paper lanterns as it'll allow me to do. Yep, just one. Well, I can use those as lighting around the island, like path lighting. You've placed 100 orders through this service. To mark this occasion, we're giving you the Nook Shopping app so you can shop anytime, anywhere. Please place your Nook phone near the terminal to begin app installation. Okay, that's kind of exciting. Cool. But now it's the Nook Shopping app. So the question is that... So can I actually use it now, or am I still tied to the 5 per day? Still limited to 5 per day. Okay. And we did get Nook Miles for something. Shop to it. Living on the remote island. Okay, so Nook Shopping and we'll earn miles. We earn miles for 100. Disconnected worry wart. If you say so. I don't think I'm worrying too much, but you know. Okay. Anything in here? No. Let's go talk to Leaf. Last thing we'll do today. And I really just need to worry about him just because he only shows up, you know, once in a... Let's see. Welcome, what should I call you, friend? Nye. Did you say Nye? What a happy name. Oh, yes, and I'm Leaf. I heard that my good pal Timmy started a shop here, so I thought I'd pay him a visit. Timmy told me this was a deserted island before you moved here. What a happy adventure. I bet you were up to your ear holes in weeds when you first arrived. But the island itself is a blank canvas that you can paint however you like. I hope some of the rare flower seeds and shrubs I brought with me will be featured in your final masterpiece. What's a shrub? What a happy coincidence. I was just thinking to myself that shrubs are too often overlooked. Shrubs are kind of like little trees, or they more like flowers but bigger. However you see them, what matters is they bloom seasonally and add something special to a garden. By the way, today I'm selling the happiest shrub I know, the azalea. And lucky for us, it's currently in season, so we don't have to wait to appreciate its lovely blossoms. Anyway, meeting you has been a true pleasure. I hope to see you again soon. Oh, he's Bob Ross. I like it. Let's talk weeds. Are you interested in selling weeds? I know how it feels to start pulling weeds and suddenly realize, wow, this could take a while. Exactly. I had a feeling. But gardening should make you happy, Nye, which is why I decided to buy weeds from you at a very special high price point. And if you act now, I'll double what the Nooklings are offering. Oh, okay, so he buys weeds at higher prices. You get paid for all that hard work you put into pulling weeds, and I get to enjoy your patience, your pristine, weed-free island landscape. I don't have any, but, you know. Okay, let's see what he's actually selling. I'm here to shop. All little seeds and saplings he's got. Okay, so what does he have? Pink azalea, white azalea, blue hydrangea, and pink hydrangea, as well as mums, lilies, mums. I don't think I have lilies. I think that might be the only flower I do not have on the island at this point. I'm also going to buy mum bags. And we're also going to buy shrubs. I'm not going to buy very many. So I want to see what they look like. I hope I have inventory space for all this. I like this guy. He's cute. Oh, okay. Yeah, I'll be back in a second when I have room in my pockets. Don't you worry. I will have room. First of all, I'm going to learn this. Okay, let's see. Okay, so let's go ahead and put away some stuff. I'm holding on to some of this stuff because I think it may be used eventually. Like, I'm holding on to the oranges because I can sell them on a friend's island, so that's just going to be money in my pocket. Also, being able to, you know, move stuff is highly valuable. But I know, like, for some of the some of the seashells. There we go. That's the word I'm looking for. Wow, that took a second to actually reach seashells. Some of my seashells are used to craft. Gonna hold on to the globe. And hold on to the candle. But the others I'll hold on to so we can actually sell them. But I knew some of them were good for crafting. So I'm probably going to end up holding on to some of them. Like, I know the giant clam is used for a fountain that I haven't crafted yet. Though I want to, because I like fountains. I'm a fan of moving water. Okay, let's get our last couple things. So that's going to be about it for me today, guys. I am curious how you guys feel about, you know, about that consumer electronics question. So kind of let me know what's up there. Do you feel that you need to get, you know, the new cell phone, the new video game system, you know, whatever the next big thing is? Do you feel that you need it? So that's going to be the first question. Do you feel people should be buying them? Do you think they should be pumped out every year the way they are? So is that something that you know, how do you guys feel about those is the very important, notable question there. And then, you know, we also want to know, you know, I guess if you're not familiar with Maslow's hierarchy of needs, I'd recommend going and looking it up and reading about it, because it is interesting. You know, let me know how you guys feel about that. Do you think it's legitimate? Do you think, you know, is that something real, in your opinion? Do you agree with how it's arranged? You know, I know a lot. Remember, it's bottom is most important on that chart. It's the base of the pyramid. But, you know, let me know. Do you think it should be arranged separately? Is there a adjustment? I know that people, you know, adjust that sort of thing all the time when they're talking about what they think is the more realistic one. But, you know, kind of let me know how those things look for you guys, and we'll go from there. As always, please let me know in the comments if there's a topic that you would like me to cover. If there's something you want to hear my thoughts on, or a didn't I already? I think I already got the pink hydrangeas. I already got the hydrangeas, right? Yeah. But yeah, let me know if there's anything you want me to cover. If there's a conversation you'd like to have, you know, if you just want to say hi and see what's going on today. I'm absolutely open to that. But let me know. And then if you like hearing these updates, I do them every day right now. Along with, I'm uploading a Terraria every day. I will have new games coming up soon. I'm just rendering a bunch of videos right now. So if you just want to hear more, there is that subscribe button. Click that. That helps me out. So is the like button. And it means that you guys will get updates when I upload these. As I said, they come up every day. Until next time, guys. Thanks for watching. I appreciate y'all, and I'll see you next time.